Hi dear Leos, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the transits in the month of August. Okay, happy birthday to August, Leos. You guys are sunshines. Okay, like I love Leos. I hope you guys have a wonderful birthday despite the Venus retrograde in your sign. Okay, celebrate yourselves. You guys deserve it. Okay, so let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start talking about like the major transits, especially like the outer planets, and then I'm going to slowly move into more personal transits. So let's see. Recently the nodes changed signs and they entered Aries and Libra, meaning they left your 10th house of Taurus and entered your 9th house of Aries. So for the past year and a half, the focus must have been on your career. You guys must have made some big progress in your career, and now this shift is gonna. The focus is gonna shift to your 9th house of travels. I mean, it has already shifted. So a lot of you guys will start traveling. Some of you will get an education, or some of you perhaps graduated recently. So yeah, that's gonna give you an opportunity to travel or like start working. Okay. Now the thing is, as soon as they entered your 9th and 3rd houses, the nodes started making a square to Pluto in your 6th house. So Pluto is a very transformative energy, and it's like in the 29th degree of Capricorn, so it's a critical degree. So something like important, something transformative is gonna happen. Yeah. Next, Neptune has been retrograding in your 8th house for like, retrograde this month, but Neptune has been in your 8th house for like 12 years now, so you are more than used to this energy by now. Yeah, so Neptune is very nebulous, it dissolves boundaries, it's like a very foggy planet, and it's been in your 8th house of like intimacy, shared resources, the money owed to you or the money that you owe to banks and stuff. Yeah, so it's been in that area. It's gonna spend a couple more years in that area, and then it's finally gonna switch to your 9th house. Next, Uranus has been shaking things up in your 10th house of career. Yeah, and Jupiter is also in there. And you guys had eclipses in that area of your chart. So your career house has been quite busy. And Uranus has been in your 10th house since early 2019. So how has your social status transformed in those past 4 years? Yeah, Uranus can give surprises, sudden changes. So yeah, and Jupiter is good. It visits your 10th house every 12 years, so it's a good time for expansion, for luck in your career. Yeah, these are good times for you, Leos. Next, the sun is shining in your 1st house in most of August, so it's a good time to focus on yourself. Venus is retrograde in your sign, so I feel like you will be reevaluating your image, how you treat yourself, your self-love, your fashion style. Okay, this year the focus is on those matters. So let's see. On the very first day of August, we have a full moon in Aquarius, so this is important for you. On the 9th degree of Aquarius, so Leos who were born on August 1st, this is an important full moon for you, because when you have full moon on your birthday, it signifies it's an important year ahead of you. The full moon energy means that something is gonna come to an end in your life. This is not bad. Like let's say you live at some house, right? And so sometime within the next year you're gonna move to a new house, something like that. Okay, something will come to an end in the next upcoming year because of the full moon in the solar return chart. But for other Leos, this is still important for you. You get a full moon only once a year in your sign, and so the focus is on your relationships. The sun is in your 1st house, so you and your relationships. Something is gonna come to a fruition, some sort of like understanding, culmination, clarity. Okay, yeah, nothing is hidden. Like the full moon is completely exposed. You can see everything. Whoa, what are they doing? I feel like the squirrels are throwing things at me. But anyway, the luminaries during this full moon are going to be making a T-square to Jupiter in your 10th house. Yeah, so your relationships, your career, they are making an aspect like this. So this full moon is important for Leos. And since Jupiter tends to make things big, it doesn't know how to discriminate. So I feel like our emotions are going to be out of control. Like, be prepared to be like super emotional. And dear Leos, you're going to feel exhausted from this. Yeah, all the emotionals, all the drama. So be patient with yourself and with others. Okay, get enough rest around this time, because full moons are always emotional. They make us yeah, tired, exhausted. So make sure you get enough rest. And also, I forgot to mention that this full moon is gonna be loosely conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. I mean, they're like 11 degrees apart, so it's like barely a conjunction, but Pluto is Pluto. It's intense. So yeah, be prepared to be like emotionally all over the place. Also, Mercury and Mars in Virgo will be opposing Saturn in Pisces on that day. So Saturn is pessimism, Mercury is thoughts, and Mars is aggression. So I feel like our thoughts are not only going to be like angry, but also pessimistically angry. Like so, when you are aware of this, it's easier to control our thoughts. Okay. So yeah. Next, on August 8th, we have the last quarter moon in Taurus. That means we start the week that is like before 1 week before the new moon. It is not usually the reason why I'm mentioning it is that usually it's not a good time to start new things. It's a good time to wrap things up. The things that started with the new moon in July. Okay, so wrap those things up, finish things up, or what else you can do is that you start preparing things for the next new moon. Okay, that's gonna happen on August 16th. So yeah, the week before the new moon, like August 9th until like August 16th, is a good time to rest, relax. Okay, allow yourself to relax, and yeah, like I'm gonna give you an example. So recently, like I started collecting documents, started filling out the application in the week that comes before the new moon, and I finally packed everything and sent it by mail like 2 days before the new moon. So by the time the new moon happened, they received my application by mail. Yeah, so that is what you can do as well. But like don't waste energy trying to start completely new things within that week. Yeah, from August 8th until August 16th. Yeah. So on August 9th, August 13th, we have the conjunction of Sun and Venus on the 20th degree of Leo. This is exciting, Leos. Those of you who were born on August 13th or 12th or 14th, you guys are gonna feel this the most, because you, especially August 13 Leos, you guys are gonna have this conjunction in your solar return chart. That means relationships are gonna be somehow very prominent for you in the next year. Yeah, some of you might start a new relationship, some of you might get married. Okay, this is going to be significant for you. And the thing is, this conjunction happens when Venus is between the Sun and the Earth. Yeah, normally when Venus is direct, the conjunction happens on the other side, but this time it's like between the Sun and the Earth. So that means Venus is super close to Earth. And yeah, it's a great day to reevaluate Venus stuff. I mean, we're gonna be doing that during the entire Venus retrograde, but like on that day, we're gonna get some sort of like clarity. Yeah, some sort of understanding, whether we realize it or not. Something's gonna happen in our subconscious. And also that conjunction starts a new cycle for Venus. So for the past 8 or so months, it has been an evening star. We could see her like after the sunset in the evening sky, but now she's gonna be a morning star. So we're gonna be able to see her very early in the morning before the sunrise. It's a new cycle. So for Leos, it's a new cycle for your personality, for your image, for your style, for your self-esteem, self-confidence. Okay, a new chapter because of this conjunction, and it happens once every 8 years. So this is significant. So yeah, now on August 16th we have a new moon in Leo. Yay! On the 23rd degree. Again, Leos, those of you who were born on August 16th, you guys are gonna have this new moon in your birthday chart for the entire year. That means something new is gonna start in your life. Yeah, I have a cousin, and this year she also had a new moon on her birthday chart, and she's pregnant. She's gonna be she's gonna be a mother. Yeah, so this is something new. So you get the idea. I don't mean that like all Leos are gonna become mothers. Like some of you already are mothers, but anyway, like something new is gonna start. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway. And Venus is still kind of close to that to the luminaries on that day, so it's a very positive new moon for you guys. Venus, it's love, yeah, so it's good. But the thing about that new moon is that the luminaries are going to be making a square, a very tight square, to Uranus in Taurus. Yeah, so Uranus is the planet of surprises, sudden things, sudden changes. Like let's say on like a rainy day, when you look at the sky, you don't know where exactly the lightning is gonna happen, right? Like most of the time we don't know. Like I, for example, don't know. But yeah, so lightnings are very unexpected, and Uranus rules lightning, so it's also a very unpredictable planet. And so it's gonna give us some sort of like surprise. I don't know how that's going to be, but since that conjunction with Venus, I feel like it's gonna soften whatever the surprise Uranus gives. Okay, so it shouldn't be that bad. Also, another good thing about that new moon is that there will be a kite aspect in the sky on that day. So let me explain. We have Neptune in Pisces and Mars and Mercury in Virgo. They will be in opposition. But then we also have Uranus and Pluto in Earth signs, and they are friendly with both Virgo and Pisces. So they will be acting like mediators to those opposing energies. So it should be interesting to observe. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, but that Uranus square, I feel like it's gonna give us quite an unpredictable month. Yeah, lunar month starting from October 16th. Yeah, it's gonna keep us on our toes. Next, on August 21st, we have the exact square between Venus retrograde in Leo and Jupiter in Taurus. The thing about this square is that both of the planets involved are benefics. Yeah, it means they are good planets. Venus and Jupiter, they don't really bring like bad events. So even though they are in square, I feel like it's gonna be more like overspending. Yeah, because Venus is finances and Jupiter is going overboard. So like, yeah, be mindful of like spending too much. Don't max out your credit card. Don't go splurging, because Venus is retrograde. Even if you do buy new clothes, you're not gonna like it later, like when Venus turns direct. Yeah, so spoil yourself, but not like in terms of like fashion. Okay. Next, on August 23rd, the Sun is gonna enter Virgo. That means it's gonna enter your second house. Yeah, Mercury has been in there, Mars is in there, so there has been some activity going on in your second house, and so now the Sun is going to join them. The thing is, as soon as the Sun enters Virgo, Mercury stations retrograde in Virgo as well, and it's going to be retrograde until September 22nd, so roughly a month. Now, Mercury retrograde, as you guys know, is a time that is like famous for misunderstandings, causing like miscommunications, mishaps. Yeah, so do be prepared for some sort of misunderstandings. Read the fine print. Make sure you read the email twice or 3 times before you send it. Make sure you attach the file before you send it. Make sure you keep the receipts for the things you buy, especially electronics. Mercury retrograde is not a good time to buy electronics. I know like August is a time when we are getting ready to go back to school. So Leos who are in universities or high school, don't buy a new laptop at this time. Like if you do need to buy a laptop, try to buy it in early days of August, okay, when Mercury is still direct. Yeah, But like if you still have to buy in late August when Mercury is retrograde, um, make sure you also get an insurance or keep your receipts, because if something goes wrong, that way you can return it and get a replacement. Okay. Um, so yeah, and also since Mercury is retrograding in your second house, it might mean that you will be reevaluating like money matters, something about money. Yeah, because second house is money and Mercury, so miscommunication, as I mentioned. Yeah, be patient with yourself and with others, with misunderstandings, and the peak misunderstandings happen when Mercury is about to go retrograde, or like when it's about to go direct. Okay. Yeah. Next, on August 27th, Mars enters Libra until October 12th. So Mars has been in your second house, so it's probably has been making you spend a lot of money. Yes, because second house and Mars increases activity, so we kind of like spend more when Mars is in there. But now Mars is going to enter your communication house, so you might become more assertive in your communication, more direct. Okay, probably a bit more aggressive too, because Mars is aggression after all. Yeah, anyway, but like on August 28th, Uranus is gonna station retrograde until 27th January. Yeah, it's gonna retrograde until late January next year. But the thing about Uranus is that we don't feel it that much because it's an outer planet, and it retrogrades every year for like half of the year almost. So yeah, I mean, we are going to be reevaluating Uranus related stuff, but it's like mostly unconsciously. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning Uranus retrograde is that it's going to join Venus, Mercury, Uranus itself, like Neptune and Pluto retrograde. So 5 planets will be retrograde, 5 out of 10 in our solar system. So like half of the sky will be retrograde. It's going to feel like everything is in slow motion. You're going to feel like as if you're trying to run through deep mud. It's going to be exhausting. Like, or imagine like when you're like this deep in water and you are trying to run, you don't get that far, right? And you get exhausted easily. So that's how it's going to feel. So don't waste energy trying to start new things. Even if you do start new things with like Herculean effort, the progress is going to be like snail pace, slow. It's going to be frustrating. And Venus is retrograde the entire month, so it's not a good time to start a new business, Leos. You don't want a sleepy Venus in the DNA of your business, because we do business for money, and Venus rules money, and you don't want Venus weak in the chart of your business. Yeah. Wait until September, or ideally even October, to start a new business. Yeah. So be prepared for things to be slow in late August. Yeah, instead use that time to make adjustments to the things that you've already started, reevaluations. Yeah. And now finally on August 30th we have the second full moon of the month. It's gonna be in Pisces, on the 7th degree of Pisces. So the sun is gonna be in your second house of your money, and the moon is in the house of your partner's money or other people's money. Yeah, so my resource, other people's resources. So yeah, sharing resources, that access is going to be like illuminated for you. So it's very much about money. And now the full moon is going to be conjunct Saturn in Pisces. This is interesting because Pisces is a very emotional sign. It's a water sign, and then we have Saturn, which rules Capricorn. It's a very dry planet. It like freezes everything. So even though at this full moon, even though we will be emotional, we might not express it as much. Yeah. For some people, they might not cry, or others who can easily cry, they won't cry as much. And like, does that make sense? Yeah. So we're gonna feel like we are bottling up our emotions at this full moon. I mean, full moons are still full moons. We are all emotional, so be patient with yourself and with others. Yeah, and so it's gonna last for 4 days, like plus or minus, and there aren't many harsh aspects. So this full moon is not as intense as the August 1st full moon. Yes, but still, full moons are full moons. There will be some sort of like culmination, clarity, fruition in regards to like other people's money. Okay, maybe the people who owed you money, they will pay it back, or maybe the money that you owe to someone, or maybe the some sort of like debt loan, you will finish off paying off that loan. Yeah, so it's gonna be bring those kind of fruitions, culminations in shared resources for you. Okay, so dear Leos, this is it for August for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, and let me summarize. Yeah, Venus is gonna be retrograde in your sign the entire August. Keep in mind that Venus retrograde can make our self-esteem go down. Okay, we might feel unloved, we might feel lonely, unhappy, but please remember that this is temporary. Life is gonna go back to normal. I mean, like our emotions, self-esteem, romance is gonna go back to normal in September. So be patient. Yeah, use this time to really re-examine your self-love. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in September. Bye.